Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis. Hope if you're new, if you're true, what's good? So today's video is going to be a discussion, and I was thinking whether or not to have this as a live or just do a video, but I think I'm going to do a video for now, and if it, just ventures out into something else, I can do a live. But I want to talk about whether or not taking a GLP-1 is the easy way out. Now, if you're in a lot of groups, or if you're in, just chronically online like I am, you have probably seen so much misinformation for one, but a lot of people saying that taking a GLP-1 is lazy, it's the easy way out, things like that. So I wanted to do a video, not only sparking a discussion, but hopefully educating, because my own videos, for example, I have had people comment, to stop eating. If it was that simple, nobody would be overweight. If it was just that simple to stop eating, or just that simple to work out, there wouldn't be anybody overweight, because that's easy. Yeah, you could do that. But there are reasons why people are overweight. And sometimes it is because, people genuinely overeat, and that's just facts. But if you have other issues like, hormones and things like that, a lot of that plays into it. But I completely understand where the whole idea comes from, because you're taking a weekly injection and that's it. So people think, but it's actually a lot more to it than that. And depending on what kind of GLP-1 you're on, a whole lot is happening. So I take Zepbound. Now, Wegovy wasn't exactly the best fit for my body, but Zepbound helps with, my PCOS. It helps, it's an anti-inflammatory. So, it helps control a lot of things. Not only that, but my food noise. And it was a better choice than Wegovy.
Hey guys, so breaking in real quick, I'm really bad when it comes to asking for subscribers. So me and T'Challa would like for you all to subscribe if you can. Also, please like and comment. I'm terrible at that. It's an afterthought, and I'm horrible. I guess I'm a horrible YouTuber, but it's the furthest thing from my mind. But that helps YouTube know that my content is awesome and that we're a family over here. So let's not disappoint T'Challa. Subscribe.
Now, we all know that GLP-1, they calm the food noise. That's what they do. That's one of the steps that you need to stop eating. The food noise, it calms it. And if you're not sure what food noise is, it is that constant voice in your head that tells you to eat. And I mean eat. And I mean eat everything. And I mean eat everything around you. And if you're eating, it's telling you what you need to eat next. So that right there was one of my main hindrance, because me eating was, I was at the point where I wasn't really eating because I enjoyed the food. I was eating because my body felt like it was dying if I did not. I had to constantly eat. Even when I wasn't hungry, I'm getting up and I'm eating. Not because I wanted to, but because my body would say, hey, we need to eat. And that's just what we need to do. And that's just what we're going to do. So no amount of working out was going to stop or prevent me from gaining weight from eating food that my body swore up and down I needed, because I was going to die if I did not. GLP-1s calm the food noise. So people think that with that, all you had to do to begin with was not eat. But when it is something in your brain, think of drugs. Think of drugs. Think of food being crack. Drugs is something that people get hooked on, and it's hard to get off. So is food. And when you have a rampant food noise, when you have that rampant voice in your head that'll wake you up out of your sleep and say, hey, go eat something, that is just something that is in you, and it sucks, but saying, hey, stop eating so much isn't going to get rid of that. Luckily, there is a whole science behind that. And as far as I know, they don't know why some of us have food noise and others don't, because not everybody has it. If you do not, you are lucky. But some of us do have that food noise. And as of right now, nobody knows why. So for one, just on that level, that just makes life easier. That makes my day easier. I don't go through the day starving, and I don't go through the day planning out my next meal. Saves money for one. And Two, I can hold a conversation with somebody now and not be hungry and not think about food and not think about, hey, what am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to eat right now? A lot of people think that it's the easy way out because it takes away a lot of work, and it does not. If anything, you got to work harder, because depending on your size, not only do you have to worry about, loose skin, but you have to make sure you're getting all your nutrients. I am a victim of this. I actually had a lot of hair loss, and it comes from the fact that I lost weight really quickly, and my body wasn't able to get the nutrients that it needed to prevent this. So, and because of that, I'm still trying to build back up those nutrients that I was not getting from, just not being hungry. And I wasn't really big on getting, vegetables and stuff in me to begin with. I never really have. But when I was eating everything, there was a small chance that I was getting vegetables. So it's just not, taking a shot and being done. You're still working. You're still working out. You're still making sure you're hydrated. You're still making sure you are getting your vitamins. Just everything that you normally should be getting, you're making sure you're getting that twice as hard. And not only that, I'm hoping that everyone is, remembering to create these systems and create these good habits so that this can be something long term. And if you're ever in the position where you have to stop your GLP-1, you already have these habits, you already have these systems in place, and you already know what your body needs and what you need to do to make sure you can maintain that. So while the medication removes a lot of the hunger, it is still completely up to the person to create these healthy habits, to create this lifestyle, and to make sure that they're getting just everything that they need in their body. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that people don't always talk about or share, and that's how your body is adjusting to not only being a different size, but adjusting to not having food noise and not constantly eating. You are eating smaller portions. You have to prioritize certain nutrients, certain key nutrients that you need, like protein, your B vitamins, things like that, things that you really need. You have to prioritize that when you eat, just to make sure that your body is getting everything. Losing weight can also change how people see you. It can also change how you see yourself. So there is a mental aspect that comes with that. And I'm going to actually do a video on that as well. So if you haven't, please take a moment to subscribe, because that is coming up, because that is something really nobody talks about that much. When you lose weight, everybody treats you differently. I know a lot of people who are so worried about what will happen if they have to stop the medication, if they get off the medication, what are they going to do? That's why I'm hoping that when you start it, you create a healthy system, a healthy lifestyle, something that you can, just base things around if you do have to stop the medication, because take it from somebody who has had to stop. The food noise does come back. But if you know how to, just navigate around things like that much better, and getting on the GLP-1 absolutely showed me how to do that, because it showed me that there was a world out there without it. So it kind of helped, and it helped me create, systems and a lifestyle and habits, healthy habits, working out and things like that. So if you have that foundation, it takes a lot of the anxiety out of having to stop or having to cut back. People have to understand why these medications exist, and it's because there's a need. Just stopping, eating and things like that. If that were the case, there would be no big people. Let's keep it a buck. If that was all we needed, there wouldn't be an issue. None of this is about willpower. I really liked Serena Williams, her interview with Oprah, where she said she was actually working out per usual, because she's an athlete, 8 hours a day in the Florida sun, and the scale would not move. That tells you that there's more to our body than just what we eat and working out. Those are components. Those are pieces to the puzzle, but there's so many other pieces out there that goes, especially women, that goes along with it. And she said she noticed this change after she had her daughter. I have no kids, so God knows what I would go through if I had a child, but I'm struggling just to maintain things, just my normal hormones. But if you have kids, it is so much harder to lose the weight. Now, not everybody is the same. There are some women who bounce back like that, like nothing happened. But there are those who struggle. And because the human body is so complex, people forget that there are, hormones, there are neurological things. I mean, everything plays into each other. So if it was simple as stop eating so much or work out, these medications would not exist. So using a medical tool for, a biological issue, it shouldn't be seen as taking the easy way out. And I really think that Ozempic and maybe like Hollywood and stuff like that just gave all the medication a bad rap. I really think it did, because a lot of us truly need it, but people were abusing it, things like that. So it just really got a bad rap. So I hate that happened, but to me, that's the equivalent of telling somebody who is a diabetic who takes insulin, no, you don't need the insulin. You don't need that. So to tell somebody that, they shouldn't take something that helps them biologically, help their body biologically, is crazy. And before you say people who need insulin or else they'll pass, I know that, because guess what? 3 doctors told me to get on my GLP-1, which is Zepbound, or else it was going to be a wrap for me. It was just going to be a wrap because I had so many health issues. So it's taking the GLP-1 the easy way out. For me, it wasn't easy. I thought about it. I know the issues that I had with Wegovy. So I thought about it. I thought about it long and hard. And I took the leap, and luckily it helped. And I have been on it for a year. And a year this month or last month, one of those. But it's been a year. I'm 60 pounds down. I'm still on a CPAP machine, which sucks, but I'm able to walk upstairs without passing out. I don't have any heart palpitations. I actually go back to my ear, nose, and throat doctor. And I was looking through some of my stuff because, they want you to check in online. And because it's been a while since I've been there, I think maybe a year and a half, I was looking through the issues that I had previously when I was there. And I'm like, I can uncheck these. I no longer have this. I no longer have that. And I'm seeing that I am just so much healthier now that I am having to control my weight with the GLP-1 and controlling what I eat and watching what I eat. So I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad that I took it. I'm glad that I learned all that I had to learn for it, because it actually makes hopefully the rest of my life a lot easier, because I now know what I like to eat, what I should eat. It just makes everything easier for me. And I also want to acknowledge that when I was bigger, I was okay. I mean, I wasn't upset. Call me fat. I don't care. I did not care. What the issue was my health. I was not healthy. So my size was not a problem to me. Being 200 pounds was not an issue to me. It was just my health. So it's crazy to say that I've cried more this year, or this time frame for me taking Zepbound, than when I was bigger. I never cried because I was fat. Never. So all in all, I don't think taking a GLP-1 is an easy way out. It's definitely a tool. It definitely is there to assist, but it's not the end all. You actually have to put in work. But I want to hear what you guys think as well, because like I said, I wanted to do a live, but I was like, you know what? I think I want to do a video, and if it spurs into that, so be it. But I wanted to do this not from an emotional standpoint. I'm an emotional person, so it probably came through. But I just want to do this into response to all the people who say just stop eating less or just work out. I wish it were this simple. Now, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.